Hello, everybody. It's been entirely too long. As you can see, I'm back. I'm back with a different game. Quelle surprise. I'm back with a different game. I'm more or less just streaming this one to I'm more or less just streaming this one to get back into the swing of streaming. But this is a game I really like, and one I will maybe do more of in the future. If demand is high enough, I would love to do a series of this one, because it's very much a game I love. Hold on, I'm gonna turn the light off because I'm done setting up, and now I'm into it. It's the same problem I have with Dark Souls. The game is dark, so it's hard. So the game's kind of dark, so it's hard to. Oh, hello, Ryan. How are you? Besides being at work, besides being enslaved by the man. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I remember being enslaved by the man. It wasn't so bad. That's good fucking spaghetti. Alright, new game. Yes, we're sure. Hoot? Goot? Oh. I'm gonna say hoot. Are you hot? Are they have you outside? Z-monsters will submerge or disperse between attacks. Captain's making. 3 decades ago, in the reign of Victoria, London was stolen by bats. Now it lies a mile below the surface. It was dreadfully inconvenient for everyone, but it opened a vast black ocean to you. Welcome to the Undersea. Alright, we're gonna choose a past and decide who we were, what our goal is. Alright, who were you? Now you're a captain. Now you're a captain. Now you belong to the Untersee. But who were you before? A street urchin. Your urchin gang cast you out when you grew too tall. You took to sea rather than graduate to larger crimes. That last big score was enough to buy a ship. This will give you a bonus to veils, the skill of subtlety, and evasion. A poet. Educated and articulate, you seek sensation at sea. How lucky you had a legacy to spend. Your long-vanished father had a rich patron, it seems. Veteran of the campaign of '68. You fought in the invasion of hell. London's armies lost. You survived. Your loot and your pension have brought you a command. This will give you a bonus to iron, the skill of causing direct damage. An ordained priest. You fell from grace. There's nothing left ashore for you. An anonymous benefactor has found this way out for you. Perhaps, at Z, you can overcome your appetites. This will give you a bonus to hearts, the skill of healing and morale. A natural philosopher. Your peculiar theories on time, blood, and starlight brought you down to the Neath, the cavern where London lies. And now they take you out to Z. This will give you a bonus to mirrors, the skill of detection and perception. Natural philosopher, of course, being an really old-timey way of saying scientist. Because back before they had, like, tools and technology, it was kind of just like, it was all just philosophy. There wasn't a whole lot of science behind. I mean, there was, but, oh well. Normally, I'm gonna go with, hi Gira, hi Kit Kat, I love you too. I'm gonna go with the street urchin. Each of these not only gives you a stat bonus to a specific stat, each one also gives you a different officer. And of course your officers are very important. Low cunning on the high seas. Your friend, another Longshanks, knows a little of gunnery. Only a little, but she can help. Talk to her to find out why she went to sea. Alright, now, these are These are little tab card things. These are here to tell you what all's going on here. We have a new gunner. We've got 60 echoes. Echoes being money. Stranger quality is gone. Welcome to the world. Our backstory. Someone is looking for passage. 25 veils, which is our stealth stat here. Hold on. I'm going to look at the capture, see how my audio looks. My audio looks fine. Okay, cool. My audio looks fine. It's an odd statement, but it's accurate. I should probably talk a little bit about what the hell this game is. This game is... It's an interesting way to describe it is it's kind of a visual novel. If visual novels, like anime visual novel type games didn't exist, this is what people would think of when visual novel video games are brought up. Because this game is like 90% reading. I've got a gigantic thing of spaghetti. It is connected to two other games. One is a freeware, it's a free browser game. There we go. Freeware implies a download. This is a sequel to a freeware browser game called Fallen London, which has all of the visual novel aspects and none of the actual gameplay aspects. And there is a sequel to this called Sunless Skies, which I have yet to play. Came out last year. Alright, choose an ambition. What does winning mean to you? Your father's bones. Your father was lost at sea. You never knew him, but you've often dreamed of him. Find and return his remains to London for a decent burial. Fulfillment. Gather 100 tales. Learn all you can of the Sea. Write a masterpiece. Retire. Wealth. You know how it is to be poor. Now you want a mansion, servants, fine clothes, a family perhaps. And of course this one you can't just pick from the beginning, but you can do the things necessary of this one throughout the game. Establish a colony where you are absolute ruler. A utopia, perhaps. Perhaps. Can't choose this now, but may find an opportunity to switch to it later in game. If you choose your father's bones, there's like an actual narrative that you follow. So I'm a big fan of like games with actual fucking narratives. So I'm gonna go with that one. I mean, the rest of these, you make your own. I mean, this game as a whole, you make your own narrative. Fuck it. Wealth. The Undersea is full of riches. Death and darkness, too, but it's worth the gamble. To win, gather a substantial retirement fund. Oh, geez. Upgrade your lodgings to a mansion and retire. An occurrence, your objective ambition quality is now retire to a life of luxury. A last scrap of paperwork. Captain! Captain! An irregularity with the Harbour Master's office. They wish to know, what term of address do you prefer ashore? This will determine what people call your captain, but your captain's gender is up to you. Madam, sir, citizen, my lord, or madam, more Z captains choose this than you might expect. Sir, citizen, a term of address popular among those of egalitarian sentiments. My lord, perhaps you really do come from a noble family. Who's to know, my lady, with the same description. Captain. Captain will do perfectly well ashore as well as at sea. Thank you. I love that. If I were a ship captain, I'd want to be called captain at all times. We've got an icon, and of course, this affects nothing other than like what icon up here represents you. So I'm gonna. That looks like a weird caricature of Patrick Stewart. There you go. I like that one. I'm fulfilling my male power fantasy. Except you are about the only character in the whole game who gets an actual name. Everyone else gets like a title, and you'll see that throughout the game. I'm gonna eat more of spaghetti. Fallen London, deep, dark, and marvelous. All voyages start here. This is where successful voyages end. A passenger. Agree to carry the Gnomic Gallivant to the Cumaean Canal or the Iron and Misery Funging Station, or both. Let's see. Someone in the docks wants to board your ship. History is a horse! Who will prick it with their spurs? He cries to no one in particular. A drop of blood may be as precious as a ruby. Alright, welcome to board. He puffs out his chest. Ruby studs gleam in the lamplight. I knew London had enterprising souls still left in it. I am seeking truths, Captain, which, I am told, I may find in the Iron and Misery Funging Station and the Cumaean Canal. Ideally, I'd learn both, but I could settle for one. For at Port Cecil, there will be a contest, and we will challenge the world with a game of chess. A king will fall! A lot of people in this game are a little fucking nutters. Advice for captains. Let's see. I don't need this book, so I've chosen to sell it for additional funds. Alright. Speak to my gunnery officer, the Longshanks gunner. Alright, Captain. What do you want me to shoot at now? The Longshanks gunner is not the most distinguished of officers, but she'll do until you find someone better. Ask her what she wants from life. Why did she come to sea? King's Shadow. It's like the flood at sea, right? No one to tell you what to do, what to say or do, and no one to kick you downstairs just 'cause you got a little bit tall. I'll be a faithful officer, but put me ashore at the Shadow and I won't forget you. Khan's Shadow is east of the Khanate proper, in the East Central Undersea. There's a lot of weird places here. In-game. I don't think... Get the fuck out of here, tutorial. I don't think there's a whole lot of things I need at the moment. But I'm gonna buy some fuel. And I'm gonna buy crate of supplies. What the hell are foxfire candles? Okay. Oh, I don't want to be broke! Okay. 2 supplies isn't... 20 echoes is enough. Disable tutorial. Alright, and with that, we're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship, flying to the sky, little Einsteins. So, something that becomes pretty apparent. Brad Stivner's Abyss. So this... Oh, jeez. This game is about exploring the undersea. Or untersea, or whatever. This game is about exploring these... About exploring this this undersea here. And talking to people and experiencing different character stories. And... It's one of those games where you set your own goals. And it's also a game where reaching those goals is very difficult. Hunter's Keep. Why are you not... Hold on. Hold on. It's not capturing desktop audio. What the hell? What the hell? not capturing the game audio, and I don't know why. Sorry about this. I'm trying to figure this out. Did that do it? Are we picking up sound now? Not that sound is, like, terrifically important for this game. Because it's not like it's got voice acting that's, like, particularly pertinent. Alright, Hunter's Keep. A quiet isle, a grand old house. A hump of dark rock swathed in mist, like 100 other undersea islands. But here's a grand house, windows aglow. Lawns impossibly green and lush in the false starlight. Raked gravel paths. You stand on the dock as the sea nudges the ship's sides. An unexpectedly warm breeze carries the faintest trace of lavender. Alright, now we've got three options. We can reconnoiter the house, the island. We could spy on the house, which wouldn't be too big a deal. Yeah, we've got a 100% chance of succeeding because of our Veils bonus. Reconnoiter the island. Walk in the gardens. Alright. Present yourself at the house. They will have heard your ship come in. Why hide? Walk in the gardens. Take a couple burly sailors with you, just in case. But the gardens are tranquil as moonlight. Reconnoiter the island. Plunging cliffs, soft green lawns, a well tucked away in the fold of the grounds. Anything else? Spy on the house. This place may not be as simple as it seems. I'm gonna go ahead and spy on the house because I can't fail. Piano music drifts across the terrace. You peer through a half-open French window into a grand parlor. Grand in size, if a little reduced in style by dust and neglect. A dark-haired, pale-skinned young woman bends earnestly over a piano keyboard. Another, fair-haired but unmistakably her sister, sprawls on the sofa with a book. A third sits by the fireplace, staring sorrowfully into the embers. Soon, she says, and the piano music falters and stops. We'll go hungry. And then the end will come. For me, but not for you. The pianist raises her eyes from the keyboard. Hush! If you don't speak of it, she frowns. Has she seen you at the window? You withdraw. Succeeded the Veils challenge. Hooray! Alright. Reconnoiter the island. Ships rarely come here. Nothing changes, even the weather. But the house is the heart of the isle. The house and the sisters. But the Admiralty may be happy to know that nothing's changed, at least. You now have one port report. Hunter's Keep. Port reports are basically how you're going to make most of your money. Present yourself at the house. Knock and enter. A maid with smoldering topaz eyes shows you into the parlor where three young women meet. Wait. A visitor, the youngest cries. The next youngest chuckles. The eldest sighs. Do excuse the indecorum, she says. Visitors are rare. You are very welcome. I am Cynthia. The noisy one is Phoebe. The cheerful one is Lucy. You are in good time for lunch. Will you join us? Oh, what is this? Oh, we've got a story when we get back. You're acquainted with the Sisters of Hunter's Keep. Alright. Luncheon with the sisters. Cynthia, Lucy, or Phoebe. Cynthia is the eldest. Melancholy, pensive, occasionally dramatic. Lucy is the middle sister. Is sunny, restless, prone to giggles. Phoebe is soft-voiced, watchful, unpredictable. I'm gonna go with Cynthia. Cynthia grasps your arm and whispers to you. Her eyes are wide and blue. Her hair is wild and tangled. Bats might nest in it. It seems to you that you are sitting on a hillside above a wide blue lake listening to a story of a murder. An axe, a net, blood on scented water. Another chop? Cynthia asks. You've barely touched your food. Here, I'll have the maid wrap something up for you. You can't be hungry. It's not safe to be hungry. We've lost some terror. We've got a horror story. We've got some supplies. We've gotten to know some of the sisters of Hunter's Keep. We've lost some hunger, which is good. An occurrence. The gods of the sea. Salt's attention. We've got one of the 3 gods of the sea's attention. Receiving visitors. The parlor is empty. Where are the sisters? Perhaps not. Actually, let's go through there. The maid makes it clear, through a series of unwelcoming growls, that Phoebe, Lucy, and Cynthia are all 3 indisposed. No lunch today, apparently. Alright, so that's Hunter's Keep. What will we do with a drunken sailor? What will we do with a drunken sailor? What will we do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning, way and up she rises, way and up she rises. This game it's a very relaxed game. It's quite unlike just about any other game I've ever played. Oh. Pirates. Oh, there. Your health is up here in the corner. Alright, well, fuck those pirates. We got some stuff. I wouldn't say there's no tension. I'd just say that most, while you're just moving along, in this early part of the game, there's not a lot of tension. But as you go forward, it ramps up because you're traveling further. The chances of running out of supplies goes up. The chances of running out of fuel goes up. The things that try to fight you get nastier. There is tension. There is progression. But this is a very good wind down game, in my personal opinion. Alright, you've destroyed a pirate steam pinnace. The ship is yours. What will you do with her? Loot and scuttle her. She's a vile old vessel and these seas aren't safe. Take what you can and move on. Lean pickings. These pinnaces don't sail far from their hidden harbors. But here's something at the back of the hold. Finished opening a cache of curiosities. A stout crate. Crates! The source of sustenance. The fundamental element of cargo. Hardtack and water and an unexpected box of nails. A would-be wit remarks that the nails look tastier than the hardtack, until an officer's glare silences her. Alright, now we've gotten 5 supply. I've never thought of it like a sea-bound dwarf fortress. But I suppose, I suppose you could think of it like Dwarf Fortress on the water. I gained a secret. Ooh, boy. So, if you weren't here for the beginning, we have a goal. Our character here, our main character, Noble Captain Mustakalan, he has a goal. He has something he wishes to accomplish, and that something is money. Alright, now we're in Vendor Bite. Discovered Vendor Bite. 50 fragments gained. Fragments, the more every 100 fragments you get a secret, and secrets are very, very helpful. Alright, tomb colonies. Few die and fall in London. They come here instead. The tomb colony of Vendor Bite. On money because you have none. Yeah, money because I have none. Like, we went with the, I don't know, it made sense for the backstory I chose. Like, there's a handful of backstories you can choose, and the one I chose was he was a street urchin. So the wealth goal made sense to me. The tomb colony of Vendor Bite. On deck, you can hear the sound that 1,000 bandaged dead make as they shuffle and cough. It's something like the world's most restless concert audience, or the world's most plague-ridden cathedral. All right, we don't have enough money, and we're not scared enough, and we're too calm and we're too broke for the dusty glass of wine. Explore Vendor Bite. Here, they favor candlelight over gaslight. The shadows are swagged like cobwebs. The tomb colonists stand still enough to be mistaken for sculpture until they laugh or cough. One building in 3 seems abandoned. I could visit the first curator. Z captains! The first curator gives audience! The first curator is responsible for the preservation of the tomb colonies. It has been here much longer than London, like all of the oldest tomb colonists. But even tomb colonists dissolve in the end. Its time is close. Or we could just gather gossip. Who's plotting what out in the tomb colonies? I'll do that first. Along the coast of the Undersea, it's remarkably hard to die. The decrepit and nearly dead who leave London become tomb colonists and settle here in bandaged peace. But they don't give up their ties to home or their politics. You gather a haul of complex clues, enough to keep your contacts in London interested. Now we've got a vendor bite port report. Alright. So let's explore. An unorthodox technology. Sweeter scents draw you into a shop which sells candles. Lilac, lavender, honey. You fall into a discussion of their manufacture with the shopkeeper. Yes, she says, proudly displaying her missing arm. We render ourselves to a good end. Oh, don't look like that. Our fats are of a finer quality than any other, and we grow tired of our bodies down here. We've got another horror story, and we've got one terror, which, I mean, this is your terror meter, and like real uncool shit happens if it gets too high. I believe the maximum is 100. 10 fragments, which again, 100 fragments gives you a secret. Secrets are very important. Alright, one last thing. Let's visit the curator. The first curator. The first curator's manse. No more light. The obsequious steward cautions you. The curator is terribly afraid of moths. He opens the door, and you step into near darkness. A pair of luminous lamplighter bees buzz in a latticed ivory tube. There is no other source of light. A bandaged shape no larger than a child lies crumpled on a couch. It lifts its head with obvious effort. It takes several seconds for you to distinguish its voice from the soft buzz of the bees. And we can ask a few questions. Listen to a whispered request. Accept the commission, or ask about the Grand Sanatorium. Let's listen to the whispered request.
Z Captain, silk skin. Not much left of me. I will go into the Grand Sanatorium. Bring me colors. 7 colors. Pay. Well.
7 colors.
Cosmogone. Irigo. Pelican. Steward has lists. Find them here and there across the wide Black Sea.
Alright, so that's his request. We gotta bring him colors. Ask about the Grand Sanatorium.
Oh, silk.
One hears the name whispered here and there in the arcades of Venderbite.
Oh, silkskin. You don't want to know.
The chuckling becomes a cough.
We don't die down here. We don't die here below. Not unless we go to sea. So, needed something else. Somewhere to end.
Alright, let's accept the commission. And collapse. No more words. Oh, accept the commission. Thank you. This poor flesh thirsts for colors. It collapses, rustling back onto the couch. Even the effort of speaking seems to have diminished it a little. The audience is over. As the door opens, it shrinks from the finger of light that reaches across the floor. Outside, the obsequious steward nods. The book? Yes, the book. He hands you a slim, illustrated volume. The curator is old. Old as dust. We will all be grateful if you do it, this one last favor. Alright, now we've got a book explaining the colors we're gathering. Apocyaan, Cosmogone, Gant, Irigo, Pelican, Violant, and Viric. These are the colors we're gathering. Alright. And I think that's all we really have to do here in Venderbite. Gonna go a little further north. where there's is it's not quite snow. I don't know what the hell it is. It functions very similarly to snow. Yeah, your stats up here are. This is your engine gauge here. If you're too damaged, you cannot go into double speed. Which really fucking sucks. Double speed eats more fuel than regular speed, but it's not too big a problem. Certain weather effects prevent you from going double speed, like this fucking snow! Oh shit. Snow sweeps down from the north. The ship's engines labor against it. Oh shit. Okay, Boreal Reach. Is this snow? Touch it, and it puffs into vapor. Your crew huddles close to the warmth of pipe and funnel. This is your fuel. You run out, you're fucked. This is your food. As long as you have food, you'll use food when it gets to the when this bar gets to the halfway point. If you run out of food, it'll go all the way, and when this bar is full, that means you and your crew are starving, and the option of cannibalism becomes available, or you can just throw the dead overboard. Discovered Wither. All right, Wither is an odd town of odd people. And this is as far as we are going to go. This is as far north as we're going to go. Because I think this is about as far north as you can go without... Yeah, I think this is as far north as you can go. Wither, a chilly city beside a waste of salt. Behind the great arch over the bay, the pale wastes stretch, white and silent as the face of the moon. From here, you might almost imagine they were snow. North of the city, the salt pools fizz with unlikely color. Explore the town. Wither is a... Jesus Christ. Wither is a quiet, chilly town of gray stone and closed courtyards. The people are nearly exactly unfriendly, nor exactly hospitable. They have the irritating habit of answering a question with a question. Here and there are odd sights tucked away. Gather intelligence. The citizens of Wither enjoy questions. So much so that they always answer a question with another question. This can make intelligence gathering frustrating. And of course, we're too broke to go on shore leave. Are you asking for any particular reason? At what time of day? Is that your hat? Might it be 6? It could be 6. It could be 6. Eventually, you cobble together enough implication and supposition to compose a report. Let's explore the town. Wither is a quiet, chilly town of gray stone and closed courtyards. The people are neither exactly unfriendly nor exactly hospitable. Yeah, oh, I already read that. A contest of riddles. Fisherfolk, sailors, a shady couple of likely pirates. And is that a drownie down by the water's edge? They sit round a fire at the Z's edge, passing around a bottle of something viscously black. They're wagering on riddles. Will you join them? We're too fucking broke. Walk away. Riddles are for children. It's not that riddles are for children, it's that bets are for people with money. Alright, so we've got 3 port reports. Discovered Andergard Harbor. Hell yeah, we did. Spaghetti. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, fuck, it sees us! As you can see, its health is 400. Our health is our max health is 75. Oh, God. Alright. Something awaits you in port. A tooth-cracking treasure. A chunk of grit baked into your ship's biscuit. You crack a tooth and curse. Your crew chuckle, but when the object turns out to be a diamond, small and badly flawed, but a diamond nonetheless, they all hush. Diamonds are sacred to stone, one says. Give it to the sea, Captain. It'll be luck for us. Hang on to it. You're not going to throw a diamond into the sea to appease some nameless god of Zaylor's superstitions. Or do the careful thing. Zaylors pray to stone when they want home, hearth, and healing. She's the kind of god you'd want on your side. Hang on to it. Tuck it away. Your crew are disappointed, but diamonds are diamonds. You know something of the 3 gods of the Z. You've gained 30 echo and 1 terror. Which 1 terror, I mean, it does kinda add up, but not really. Not here in the beginning. There we go. Everything over here on the coast. This map is procedurally generated, but with 2 caveats. One, the coast is always the same. The coast is always the same, and Jesus, everything is always in the same general area. It's just never exactly in the same spot. A bat swarm defeated. Little leathery corpses lie scattered across your deck. The rest of the swarm vanishes into the neathy dark. Gather up the corpses. They are succulent with soul and blood. Into the pot! Dispose of the corpses. Their mere touch leaves you shuddering. Gather up the corpses. An unorthodox diet. Those little bones are troublesome, and the flesh a little gamey, but you salt them well enough and they're quite edible. Knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. An electric shiver to the air. Storm is watching, the sailors would say. Fed the crew. So yeah, as you sail, your terror eventually fills up. Like these little circles here. As we go along, and that fills up, you gain another point of terror. The sea is wide and dark. Terror is increasing. Yep. 1 point of terror. And if you turn your light off, your terror increases like ridiculously fast. But turning your light off does have its benefits in certain places where you maybe don't want to get into a fight. Home waters. Sailors dawdle at the rail, watching for the lights of London. We need fuel. Ah! Bad Stevener's Abyss. Stack Docks. Fall in London. Returning to London. The lights of London welcome you home. This storylet only appears when you've been at sea for a little while. Collect messages from the harbor master. All the clatter and song of the dockside. It soothes the soul. Are there messages for you? Something changed underneath. Someone wants to sign on. Another day, free. Specialist surgeon. Staying at the respectable boarding house near the docks and has made it known that she is available for work. I specialize in amputations. It's easy to acquire unwanted appendages at sea. Employ the clattery air. Her talents could be well employed on your vessel. The clattery air is a doctor who increases hearts and iron. Ooh. Fuck it. Alright, so... gonna... plop you down right the fuck there. Now we've got a doctor. Hooray! Alright.
A very fine evening to you, Captain. My, what you might call mentor is very fond of adventurous sea captains, and he would like to offer you what you might call a dispensation, on account of he is so fond of sea captains.
Behind the blind bruiser on the dock stands a dray piled high with fuel and supplies. Accept the dispensation. Do make sure you have 15 points of space in the hold, or come back later. It would be embarrassing to have to leave it on the dock. Who is this patron? Is there a catch? Or refuse? Accept. We need the money, we need the supplies.
Well, my patron hopes that you find these gifts to your liking, and he expects that perhaps someday you might choose to call on him at the Medusa's head. Should that day come, we will make you very welcome and give you any safe conduct what you might require. Good evening to you.
He salutes, and is gone. You've gained 10 fuel, 5 supplies, menaces suspicion. Now that's gonna help us out a whole fucking lot later. London! Admiralty's Survey Office. They'll pay for information from sea captains. Find out what and how. Alright, hunters. Alright. The Admiralty's picket fleets and intelligence networks are long gone. The Survey Office pays sea captains a small sum for recent information. Visit investigate ports to gain port reports and trade them in here. The first time you trade in a port report, you'll gain Admiralty's favor. Hunter's Keep. I trust the sisters are keeping well. They are citizens of Her Enduring Majesty, notionally. Alright, we've gotten 5 Echo. I didn't say we'd get a lot of money from that one. What have the Nearly Dead been up to then? 10 Echo. Still didn't get a whole lot. Wither. I refuse to ask any questions. I don't want to give them the satisfaction. That one gave us 20 Echoes, which is pretty good. Pretty good. Admiralty deals directly with more sensitive commissions. You're ushered into his office off Mansion's Pyre. A cramped room with a vast desk. He surveys you across that desk. Ah yes, the merchant captain of whom we hear such complicated things. The admiral will purchase intelligence from you. Ask what he needs. Information. Visit a port and we'll be interested in the port report. Visit places of particular interest and you will be interested in the strategic information you gain thereby. We will pay you well, don't worry. We understand you can't be expected to act entirely for love of the Empire. His lip curls. What's left of it? Alright, we've already submitted all our port reports. Ask if there's anything in particular he needs. Speak to our agent there and return. We'll see that you are rewarded. Wither. Oh, we were just at Wither. Roser's Wharf. The Rose Market caters to collectors and eccentrics. Anyone with exotic tastes and the gumption to harass sea captains. According to the archaic rules of the market, you can only make 1 trade per visit. Choose wisely. Escort some interested acquaintances to the Rose Market. This will usher in a new day at the Rose Market and perhaps new buyers. Alright, you've lost 1, another day of free evening. Puppet plays. They hope to make a satisfying trade. Puppet plays press on uninterrupted. Personal collections grow. Words written in forged mirrors are hastily wiped away. The exotic exchanges pollinate dreams. No, still nothing I can do. Oops. Oh. Your lodgings! Read the morning paper. The Unexpurgated Gazette. The magazine formerly known as the London Magazine. The Spiteful Trumpeter. News. News from home. The Echo Bazaar, the enigmatic marketplace, has increased its tax on love stories. The traitor empress has forbidden singing in the street outside her palace. The anarchists of the Calendar Council have inexplicably dynamited a drinking fountain. The Ministry of Public Decency has located and destroyed a nest of gallbladder wasps. Fragments remain unchanged at 20. I've got recent news. Elegant townhouse. That's 1,000 echoes right there, buddy boy. Alright, shops. Shipyard, actually. Our ship is the Tigerish, which is a Lagaius-class steamer. Which I'm hoping... Let's look at the detailed information here. Iron bonus. I'm hoping for something like this. For 30,000 echoes. Because I got big dreams. And I got big dreams and I want big guns. Actually, our ship's name is stupid. I'm gonna change it. There we go. Mom Spaghetti. God damn it. Knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom Spaghetti. Alright, so we can go to Wither and get what the Admiral wants right away. We could wait. I forgot. Okay. So let's go to Wither. Because if we do what the Admiral wants, he'll pay us. And, oh man, nothing really makes the world go round quite like money. Oh man, I dropped a noodle on my keyboard. This noodly bastard. Ah, come here. No! No! Okay. No harm was done to the keyboard. But the offending noodle was eaten. Look at our... Let's have a look at our map. As you can see, the sea's a big fucking place, and we've explored very little of it. Which is... It'll change. If people like this game... If people like me streaming this game, I should say, then I'll stream more of it at some point. But for now, I have little intention of replacing any of my other streaming series. Like I said, I just wanted to stream again. Something to get back in the swing of things before I get back into one of my series. That way they don't suffer any more quality problems than they already have been. I'm willing to sacrifice a game I like for the games I love. What of it? No, you leave me alone. You stay the fuck away from me. Z-bats cry out. They are nothing like birds. I adore the music in this game. Alright. The House of the Question. Northwest of Withertown, the House of the Question stands alone. Here the initiates of the house make offering to the 3 gods of the deep sea. And perhaps a 4th who is not a god. It's the one place in Wither where you can sometimes get a straight answer for a price. Gaining the attention of a god is useful chiefly for lifting curses. Ask about the drowned man. Oh. The initiates of the house are reluctant to speak of him, but you may be able to bribe them enough to gain a few tenuous snippets. Oh man, here's a bad idea. Defy the gods. Unlock. Spit on the floor. Curse the priests. Overturn an altar. This will increase your iron and hearts by 5, each up to 110, and set your terror to 0. But you will never be able to remove any god's curse or benefit in certain other ways. Yeah, no. Not a good idea. Wither. A riddling contact. Your contact's riddles make little sense to you. Perhaps you can combine them with the lore you've already learned. Oh, yeah. A long struggle. Eventually, you've teased the meaning out of his words. It's like trying to convince a cat to release a ball of wool. He's cat smug, too. At last, you have your information. Get a report, because that's worth money. Explore the town. Oh, shit, I didn't read it! Man. If I had, like, butt guns, I could handle this life burger. But I don't have butt guns. So, like, trying to fight him is a bad idea. That was close. Hold on just a second. Oh, jeez. Fuck. What happens when you don't pay attention? Belch of smoke goes up from the funnel. Alright. Basically, with this game, you can survive. You can survive just fine if you stick to the coast and you only ever really go from port to port here between all the ones you've been to are all the ones I've been to, with the exception of Hunter's Keep, which will become apparent in the future, probably before the end of the stream. And that's, but, like, doing it, like, playing the game like that, it's kind of like, there's not really a whole lot of point to playing the game like that. Far off. Very far off. Someone screams. You're much better off playing this game in a much more exploratory fashion. You want to find new things. You want to find cool shit. We haven't even gone south yet. Far off. Very far off. Someone screams. Oh, I already read that. Alright, Lundon. Lundon. The Revenue Men, Her Enduring Majesty's Customs Service, works closely with both the Ministry of Public Decency and the Masters of the Bazaar. Today, they have selected you for an inspection. Don't cheek them. Let them do their worst. This will also reduce your suspicion if your suspicion is 5 or more. We don't have anything illegal, so. They roam your deck like wolves. They tear through your belongings like termites. And at last they leave. Turning into London. Collect messages from the Harbour Master. Good evening, Captain, and what a marvelous evening it is, if you don't mind my saying so, and given it is my impression you are an obliging sort, I imagine you will not mind at all. And since you are so very obliging, perhaps you wouldn't mind making a little detour via Mount Palmerston with a few articles of cargo, if you happen to be in the area. The cheery man will, of course, cover your expenses for this traveling inconvenience. Accept the commission. If you would be so kind to deliver this little gift to our friends in Mount Palmerston, then they will see we gets to hear about it. And when you come back, we'll cover your expenses. Bon voyage, as my aunt, who is French by birth, if not by inclination, used to say. This game's got a lot of weird fucking characters. Alright, talk to the Admiral. Pass on strategic information. The Admiral sits up, although he steeples his fingers and pretends calm. Invisible eyes. He's hard to read with those glasses, but he reads the summary intently. Satisfactory, he says at last. Eminently satisfactory, actually. Good work. Take this for your trouble. The clerk will see you paid. Okay, now you've done him a favor. Submit our Witherport report. 20 echoes, and we've got some fuel. Yeah, 225 echoes! Not bad at all. But, we've got shit to do. Wait. Oh, almost fucking forgot. Let's see. Ask if there's anything in particular. Frost found. Ah, fuck. I had to ask. Alright. I can make it to Frostfound, and if I can make it to Frostfound... Wait, can't make it to Frostfound with only fucking 9 supplies and 12 fuel. shops. The fuck does a foxfire can? Hold on. Oh, there's. Oh, good. There is a wiki. Butter sold at shops. Oh. Okay. That makes sense. Ah, gee. Ah, jeez, Rick. Okay. Alright, now let's head up north. Bastards. I don't like the north. The north creeps me out. Actually, a lot of places in this game creep me. Ah! That's what happens when you don't pay attention. I looked down at something and I was like, oh, it'll be fine. It wasn't fine. Hunter's Keep. Hunter's Keep. It's an odd name, really, because it's not really a... Or is it an odd name? Alright. News! You no longer have any recent news. Knock and wait. You ask the sulfur-eyed maid to carry a few hints of your news to the sisters. Oddly enough, she comes back with a message that their headaches are cured and you're invited to lunch. Last time we lunched with Cynthia, so today we'll lunch with Lucy. Lucy leans over and whispers to you confidentially. A complex story about a butler, a pig, and an inheritance. You don't follow all the details of the plot, but somehow the pig ends up in an attic and the butler in a vicar's bed. Candles flicker, dishes enter and leave, and the wind butts gently at the window panes. By the time the plum pudding arrives, you're as cheerful as you've been in months. Alright, so there's that. Actually, I should probably get a port report before I actually leave. There we go. It's only 5 echoes, but 5 echoes is 5 echoes, damn it! Alright, so directly north is a couple things. Sighted bat swarm. Alright, you mother... Alright, you wee bastards! Can you tell I'm not fucking Scottish? Alright. Alright, you wee bastards. Gather up the corpses. Hooey! We gonna eat bats tonight. What fucking island is that? That's just a rock. Not to be confused with Iran. I'm hilarious. It's not just a boulder, it's a rock. Bornvidus pillar. No. Corsair's forest. Oh no! I guess I am a little far south to be looking for fucking Frostbound. But hey, at least now I know where the fucking Corsair's forest is. To any younger audience members who may not know what the hell a corsair is another word for pirate. Ah, jeez, Rick. Oh, shit. Taking chunks out of me. There we go. Once more. Once more. Yeah! Crates, the source of sun. Alright. 2 supplies! Yeah! Fuck those pirates! Oh, I guess I hit Z a couple times. Alright. Palmerston's Reach. Soft wind from the east. The impossible scent of pine. Oh, fuck. Yeah, that motherfucker is not someone we want to fuck with. They've got 30 crew as opposed to our max crew of 10. And 300 HP as opposed to our max HP of 75. Port Palmerston, along with this fucking smoking crater. Alright. Dock. Mount Palmerston. Sullen lights glow green at the jetty's edge. Explore the island. Tangles of thorned scrub climb the rocky slopes of the volcano. A vista. The Z opens out beneath a high cliff. A high place. The Z like a rippled sheet of night green jade. The roof beneath above, bellied with stalactites and pricked with false star. Look out across the water. What are you thinking of? Your future. Your past. Prayer to the god called salt. Prayer to the god called storm. Prayer to the god called stone. The wide black sea. Ooh. From up here, your future looks glorious, if not exactly bright. Better days coming. You are the captain of your ship, but never the captain of your fate. One day, though. One day. It calms down a little bit, too. Let's see. Chat to the port folk about the Brimstone Convention. There was a revolution in hell, and the aristocracy of devils fled here. Here, they plot in exile. A shrug and a curse. They don't do us any harm. They stay up there, and we stay down here. If hell's fighting itself, that's good for us all. That's good for us all, isn't it? Deliver your smuggled souls. A hooded figure with a lantern awaits at the far end of the key. You give the hooded shape a sign of recognition. It hisses the reply you expected. You hand over the crate and receive a chitty marked with the thief sign. You will receive the promised remuneration in London. Perhaps not. Can I get a port report? Dig among the ruins. Oh, 5 veiled parabola in. Alright, so that's Mount Palmerston, I believe, further north. have Frostfound. Oh, Jesus! Nope, nope, no, 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 no. Leave me alone! Leave me alone! Actually, what do they have? Malabulga, excavations, diggery, lootery, and scholary. Also, Zoop. Palmerston's pernicious pollution poisons provisions. I love that. I'm gonna open me a sody pop real quick. And it's called the sody pop because it popped. Alright, is he gone? Alright. Alright, we gotta go past. Oh, fuck, he's not gone! Oh, leave me alone. Leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. Oh, fuck, there's another pirate. Oh, jeez. Oh, thank God. Oh. Alright, so we found Mount Palmerston. I think... I could be wrong, but I think Frostfound is... Wait, no! I'm thinking of Sigil. Frostfound is like way the hell over here. Oh, this question mark here means that they're not totally sure where the hell we are. Yeah, Frostfound's like way the hell to the east. By that I mean like closer to the center than we are. Dugan's Maw. What will we do with a drunken sailor? What will we do with a drunken sailor? What will we do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning, when up she rises, when up she rises, when up she rises, early in the morning. Alright, here's Frostfound, which is a fucking weird place. We're actually a little far north for this. We're a little far north for the port. Stoddard's Haven. Frostfound. Towers and ramps and galleries and stairs of ice. Raised and spun like an architect's honey dream. No spider ever wove so complex a web. Towers are utterly pristine, untouched by human life. But a pitiable encampment squats. Thanks, cat. But a pitiable encampment squats by the dock. We're too broke to engage an officer. Oops. Ask the squatters about the castle. You notice they avoid looking at it directly. Take tea with the squatters at the dock. Some of them wear the robes of Iremi Riddlefishers. Some look like withered folk, but even more ragged. But they do seem a little more practical than either of those people. Enter Frostfound. We don't have the mirrors. We're too fucking spooked. Oh, we're not. Actually, it's not that we're too spooked. You cannot enter Frostfound if your terror is greater than 20, and you should not enter Frostfound without a good reason. Create a port report. What are the squatters up to? Not all are Iremi or White or Withern. There's the odd researcher, the occasional deranged ice sculpture, now and then a very cold, very sad, rubbery man. But for the most part, an atmosphere of friendly rivalry reigns. Alright, not sigil, codex. What the hell am I thinking? Speak to a Withern contact instead. Oh, jeez. A Riddlefisher is wearing the blue and red scarf that marks him as a contact. It would be a Riddlefisher. What are the odds he'll give you a straight answer? Interestingly, a Withern Dock Squatter is also wearing a red and blue scarf. What are the odds she'll give you an answer at all? Hi, kitty. Ow! High risk challenge, 20%. 20%. Oh, Jesus! Spec 2. Should give me more iron. Fuck, but no more mirrors. Spec 2. Invite her to dine with you. Increase your hearts. Proposition the clattery air. Ooh. Perhaps not. Take tea with the squatters at the deck. Some of them wear the robes. I already read that. A surprisingly warm welcome. We're keeping the steps for the game of truths, a helpful Riddlefisher explains, as she fills your cup for the third time. Every year the people of Irem and Wither meet here for... She pauses. Contests, she finished vaguely. The difference between a question and a riddle. One day someone will prove themselves enough to enter the castle. You spend a pleasant few hours while the tea is supplemented with Iremi liquors, pale Withern beer, and something the Riddlefishers describe blandly as snake cake. They offer you fuel and supplies before you leave. We keep enough to spare, the Riddlefisher grins. From time to time a captain gets lost and comes up here, and we always feel bad for them. Oh, jeez. Alright, Iremi contact. When will the towers topple? Which Troy was drowned? How many battles until the iridescence? Who went east? Perhaps the Riddlefisher is trying to help. Perhaps they're trying to drive you out of your mind. You're forced to give up. The mission is a failure. Oh, man. Stats are important in this game, if you can't tell. Alright. So I've hit Frostfound and Mount Palmerston, so I'm ready to head back to London. But yeah, this game has a lot of neat stuff and a lot of, like, fucking cool ideas. And something I say personally a lot is, the best things from, like, Lovecraft are things that he never touched. Is this Mount Palmerston again? This is Shepherd Isles. Okay. The best things that Lovecraft influenced are things he never touched. I say this because, like, this game is very... It has that sort of cosmic horror. And that comes across a lot more in certain areas than others. Like, in London, it's like, it's just kind of fucking... It's just kind of weird. But, like, in certain places, like, there's one place way far north in, like, the center north. That's, like, it's definitely, like, it'll definitely invoke fucking cosmic horror. Turn that. As much as I love the music, I'm gonna turn the game's audio capture down. Oof. Of course, the Shepherd Isles. Sheep, lichen, standing stones. Of course, the bearded watchman tells you. There are no actual shepherds on the Shepherd Isles. Sheep are mostly illegal here. Ah, indeed, it's just the name of the gentleman that founded the islands. Greybeard, sitting in the village square, nods solemnly. No sheep, one says. But plenty of tales. Ask us anything. I'm bad at my accents. I'm sorry. Report. Yeah. Yes. There has been goings on, and the bleak light of the full stars. Surface roiling like a porridge pot, up with a roar of steam and flash of fire. 3 widows swimming, tentacles, and then we saw His Highness. Blah blah blah. There's rather a lot of this material. We now have a report of the Shepherd Isles. They have any? Okay. Harbor provisioners. A sluggish and hostile merchant squints warily. A few goods of indifferent quality are available. Alright. What will we do with a drunken sailor? What will we do with a drunken sailor? What will we do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning, way and up she rises, way and up she rises, way and up she rises early in the morning. Shave his belly with a rusty razor, shave his belly with a rusty razor, shave his belly with a rusty razor early in the morning. Way and up she rises, way and up she rises, way and up she rises early in the morning. Abbey Rock, here the grim sisters lair. A black spit of an island, far from anywhere anyone would want to go. And that's how the Sisterhood likes it. Here stands their fortress convent. There are bear traps that look friendlier than this. Trade supplies. Resources are limited on this bleak rock. The Sisterhood would pay a fair price for supplies. Not a good price, mind. 20 echoes, to be precise. Compile a port report, although it's unlikely to be eventful. Knock at the iron-studded gate, although you have no recent news. I don't have any recent news. Fuck. Offer a gift. Search the surroundings. You can't be the first to come here. A cache! You follow tracks into a sea cave. Someone has stored food, supplies, ammunition. It can't be the nuns. These crates have a connet look. The Admiralty will want to know about this. Ayy! Report. Ah, shit. I didn't read it. Oh well. Nothing. Far away, a great bell tolls. Drizzle begins to fall. You sneeze. What is this? Hunting trophy. The Sisterhood respects 2 things. Unswerving decades of fidelity to a wholly secret purpose, and the ability to shoot straight. Perhaps you can demonstrate the second. Perhaps not. Alright. Now we are ready to sail for the Horn. Way, roll and go. Do 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 to be rollicking randy dandy oh. Heave aboard or heave away, way, roll and go. The boots are I'll be rollicking randy dandy oh. Aiken Rock. Let's see. Oh, shit. I don't want to fight you. Gators Mourn. This is a dangerous place to be when you're not, like, a bad motherfucker. Because there are pirates, and they will push your shit in. Pirates are, not a fan of you. Actually, they are a big fan. They're a huge fan of you. They just don't particularly want you to be alive. Gators Mourn. The Mourn is a stalagmite, vast as a crag, and its foot has no safe harbors. The Corsair's citadel nestles halfway up, An intricate system of winches takes the strain, and your ship rises slowly from the sea. Her hull creaks in protest. Grizzled sailors groan and cling to stanchions. Higher, higher. Now the undersea shimmers like glass below. Children clambering in crevices cheer and wave alarmingly. The winch motor slows, and you hang in a cradle next to a red-bowed pirate cutter. Alright, Landlubbers fear pirates. Pirates fear the poet. Ooh. 60% chance. Oh, shit. Gatorsmorn swarms with pirates, smugglers, and captains of uncertain allegiance. You can learn a lot here, but you'll need to go carefully. Go for it. Fuck. A dislike of spies. You and one of your more villainous-looking sailors join a dice game. Villainous-looking, but you know for a fact that she ties charity and has a delightful singing voice. The topic turns promisingly to pillage and ambush, but your sailor is a little too forward with her questions. There is a scuttle and a stabbing. You escape. She does not. Fuck. Alright, but we got our fucking port report. Explore the Morn. There's a surprising quantity of actual landscape on the Morn. It's vertical, admittedly, but once you find the best paths and urchin roads, you can traverse it as you would a rocky moor, with an additional throatful of lurching terror. Contest of riddles. Not this fucking shit again! Walk away. Unanswered questions. You pass on. The drowning laughs at a pirate's joke, and the fire sinks low and blue. I think that's all. Another afternoon at the Errant Limpet. A drinking den by the dock cradles is a good place for your crew to find companionship and let off steam. But although Gatorsmorn is a free port, the Corsairs prefer their own, and look askance at respectable Londoners. Cold shoulders at the Errant Limpet. Conversation quietens as the drinkers look around. You've been here too long, and you're attracting the wrong kind of attention. Time to move on. Alright. Moving forward. Now we are ready to sail for the horn. Way, roll and go. Let's see. Let's see if I can find the words here. Ah, here we go. Now we are ready to sail for the horn. Way, roll and go. Our boots and our clothes, boys, are all in the pond to be rollicking randy dandy o. Heave a polo, heave away, way, roll and go. The anchor's on board and the cable's all stored to be rollicking randy dandy o. Soon we'll be warping her out through the locks. Way, hey, roll and go. Where the pretty young girls all come down in their frocks to be rollicking randy dandy o. Heave a polo, heave away. Way, hey, roll and go. The anchor's on board and the cable's all stored to be rollicking randy dandy o. Come breast the bars, Billy, heave her away. Way, hey, roll and go. The anchor's on board and the cable's all stored to be rollicking randy dandy o. Alright, I was trying to ignore these bats, because normally they fucking go away, but I guess these ones decided they're like, no, we don't want to go away, fuck you. Yeah. Now that I'm actually firing back, you're like, oh god, I don't want to fuck with you. No, get fucking back here. You fucking flying rodents. And I'll eat you for your fucking indiscretions, bitch. Where the fuck did my Sony pop go? There it is. Hello, Barnet. Yeah, I like this game a lot. Generally, if a game involves like a lot of sailing, I'll like it. You can blame Wind Waker for that, because Wind Waker was like a gigantic, like Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker was a gigantic part of my childhood. Perhaps someday I can stream that if I get a capture card. Because if I'm going to stream Wind Waker, I want to stream like the best version of the game. Alright. Turning to London. Here we go. Something has changed underneath. Blind Bruiser attends to business on the dock. That's all for now. Alright. Souls delivered. What propitious and encouraging occasion this is, to meet again here in the place which has been so very fortunate for us both. Allow me to shake you warmly by the hand, since you've demonstrated your unswerving commitment to fair dealing and honest wage. Very good. My patron will toast you. 200 echoes. It's not. That ain't pocket change, buddy boy. Here is our compensation, a little fuel and few barrels of biscuits, what a certain other captain has widely surrendered for the common good. I will take the good word of my patron, and if I am a man of my word, we will see each other again. Unless a whale eats you, of course, in which case I will hope you will not think too poorly of me for wishing that we will not. Alright. Once more, we find ourselves here on the quayside. Alright. Make a payment across the ocean. I will not pretend that this has improved my evening. On the contrary, it has left me a deep sadness in my heart. Notwithstanding, howsoever, I might say that you have acquitted yourself honourably, and I do not think my patron will feel the need to pursue the matter further. Not at this time. As long as you keep your mouth tight, snap shut. Good night. Yeah, I don't know. Working with them makes me nervous. Assistance with sustenance. Strategic information. Hey. Alright, now submit my port reports. You have something to tell us about the pirate. You have something to tell us about the pirate fleets of the forest. Alright, I trust the citizens are keeping well. They are citizens of her enduring majesty, notionally. And another 5 echo. A brimstone convention. They trouble me, Captain. Alright, Shepherd Isles. Submit as fact! We do hear some peculiar tales of that place. Submit as unsubstantiated hearsay. I agree. It does seem implausible. So many of the stories from that place do. Still, there is a little gold of truth in the mud of rumor from time to time. Your payment, Captain. Alright, Abbey Rock. We categorize it as a military installation, you know. Although that has occasioned some quite vigorous debate. Is it as beautiful as they say? I doubt it. Poets are notorious liars. But liars make bad poets. Paradox, isn't it? Never mind your report. Alright, we've got 10 favor with the Admiral, which is it's ludicrous. Well, if we can be assured of your discretion. Admiral deals directly with more sensitive commissions. Alright. Submit your port reports. Speak to our agent there. And see, Polythreme? Jesus Christ! So, if you don't know what the hell that means, let's see your port reports. If you don't know what the hell Polythreme is, see, we're here. Polythreme is like here. So like that easily takes like 30 fuel, which I think we've almost got now. The shipyard. I don't have enough for that. I don't have enough for that. Visit the university. Antiquarian. Oh, geez, this weirdo. The alarming scholar is mercurial, to say the least. A creature of sudden moods and provoking teeth. Possibly her, is it her? Appointment as university maritime liaison was precautionary. To keep his, is it his, razor-sharp enthusiasm from causing too many inquiries in the faculty. Ah, yes, the scholar whispers breathily. I have about... Ah, yes. The scholar whispers breathily. I have a budget for acquisitions. What have you brought me? If you have any knowledge items that the scholar will buy, they'll appear below, which I don't. Searing enigma. Perhaps not. An urchin tugs your sleeve. Governor wants a word. A brooding figure waits at the lamplight's edge. Speak to the merchant venturer. I have need of a reliable agent. Failing that, an inventive one. Here are my requirements. He has very specific needs, but he'll pay much better than market rates, and he won't ask you how you came by these things. Oh, jeez. Something romantic and approved. Something romantic and smuggled. Something silky. I'll offer you a better price than you'll get in Wolfstack. Much better. 1,500 echoes for the lot. You'll find silk in Savior's Rocks far to the east, or in the Connaught near the Z's heart. Sinilac. Sinilac's a... Oof. Lodgings. Read the morning papers. What? Oh, shit. I don't need this one. Alright. I guess we're going to Polythreme. Wait, no. Polythreme's like over here. I don't know. It's in the far east. Yeah, I think... Actually, yeah, that's... I don't want this one to run as long as my streams normally do. So I think... I mean, it might run that long anyway, because I'm horrible at keeping things short. Hunter's Keep. News! Not fake news. Phoebe is soft-voiced, watchful, unpredictable. Oh, jeez. I feel a sneeze. I feel sneeze. There we go. Phoebe has a story to tell. Of two lovers parted by water. Of a raven that carried messages. Of a fragment of the moon. She beats time on the table as she speaks, as if to a song only she can hear. The effect is hypnotic. Your attention drifts out through the skylight of the cavern. You drift like a puffball spore. The undersea shimmers below. Islands lie like mineral specimens on black velvet. Ships bob like wood chips between the islands. Vast spined things pulse in the depths. There is a scent like descent before a storm. The storm came, says Phoebe quietly. Everything changed. Somewhere in there, You finished the last course. The scowling maid reluctantly serves cheese and Bath Oliver biscuits. I love this game. Alright. You might be wondering, why do I always come back to Hunter's Keep? Because Hunter's Keep will eventually change. Now we are ready to sail for the Horn. Way, roll and go. Our boots and our clothes, boys, are all in the pond. To be rollicking randy dandy, oh. Heave a pole, oh, heave away. Way, roll and go. Our anchor's on board and the cable's all stored. To be rollicking randy dandy, oh. Soon we'll be warping her out through the locks. Way, roll and go. Where the pretty young girls all come down in their frocks to be rollicking randy dandy, oh. Way, heave a pole, or heave away. Way, roll and go. The anchor's on board and the cable's all stored to be rollicking randy dandy, oh. Come rest the boys, bullies, heave her away. Way, roll and go. The anchor's on board and fucking whatever. Sea songs. Discovered Bonnie's Reefs. Oh shit! I didn't want to fight you. Get the fuck. No, I don't want to fight you. Don't fight me, please. Leave me alone. Fuck! He's not leaving me alone. He's not leaving me alone. Holy shit! Yeah, your flares don't hurt me. Dumbass. Alexander, dumbass. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Ah, jeez, Rick. Alright. Yeah, you leave me. Yeah, you leave me out. You leave the fucking. You fucking quit with your fucking flares. Shit! Alright, asshole. Oh, jeez. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind! Oh, jeez. The stream... If I die, the stream ends. If I lose this captain, then I'm ending the stream. Which might be about to happen. Because I can't beat him in his I can't beat this dude in a straight fight! Oh, jeez. What the hell is this? Oh, God! Western Angler Club. Crab. Oh, good! Oh, good! The Dubois Maelstrom. Oh, jeez. What island is this? Pigmoat Isle! Oh, I love this one! This one has, like, one of my favorite stories in this whole fucking game. If I'm remembering which island this is correctly. Two houses, both alike in dignity. There is no habitation in sight, no market, only an old rotting dock. A stretch of sand thickens into damp black earth, from which sprout stunted palms? Not quite. Tall fungal growths with frond-like caps, as if someone had sculpted the idea of a tree from a mushroom. War? As you step onto the quay, you hear a clamor, shouts, and shooting. You can see, off in the distance, smoke rising from beyond the hill, and dots of fire flecking the horizon. Two tiny figures stand a little further down the quay, unmoving, as if awaiting your approach. The following is an extract from the popular Diary of a Sea Captain, from London to Irem and what we did there before we arrived. Washed ashore on Mutton Island, and subsequently serialized in the Unexpurgated Gazette. The author's identity remains unknown. The Tale of Pigmote Isle, in which a delegation is made, a choice is presented, war is declared, a most singular treasure is sought by all, and a new empire is founded with tooth and claw. Chapter 1. The Delegation. The figures were rodents. To my left was a Rattus Faber, wearing goggles, a blacksmith's apron, and an assortment of tools. To my right, an unusually large guinea pig, wearing a helmet and breastplate reminiscent of nothing so much as the High Middle Ages. The rat stepped forward and bowed.
Welcome, Captain, to Rat Star Island. I am Edgar, second chief engineer of the 3rd Rat Brigade. I invite you to avail yourself of food and fuel at our expense. The only cost to you is a choice.
The rat stepped back. At precisely the same moment, with what appeared to be the ease of long habit, the guinea pig scuttled forward and made a declamatory chirp. Welcome, Captain. The Isle of Cavia. I am Lady Augusta Devereux Swinch of the Blackwater Swinches, seneschal to our King Gracegnaw, first of his name. I invite you to avail yourself of food and fuel at our expense. The only cost to you is a choice. The two stood at attention, looking at me expectantly. Chapter 2. Alike in Dignity. The two remarkable rodents squatted, both seeking my support. I knew I had to choose carefully. I spoke to the chief engineer. His eyes had a wave-cold glint to them, and he wore his scars like jewels. A rat in the making. I asked the chief engineer to elaborate. He looked at me for a long, measured moment before speaking gruffly.
We came to this island to make a home for ourselves, away from London, its cats and its snuffers, its rat skin suits. We came to live as citizens of our own republic. We came with our tools, our teeth, and our clever hands, and we made a beautiful city by the light of the rat star that shone bright and blue on Mount Ararat.
The chief engineer nodded toward the distant hill.
One day we braved the depths of the chicken woods, and from the top of Mount Ararat we plucked the rat star to be our light, our beacon. But the pigs of Cavi saw the light, and they lusted for it. They sent armies to rule us and steal our star. We will not permit them to take what is ours. We will resist them to our last breath. Will you join us in defeating them?
I spoke to the seneschal. How did an armored guinea pig manage to look regal? A knight out of habit. The seneschal cleared her throat with a delicacy to rival the Duchess's own before speaking. Gracegnaw, the king, our lord and sovereign, full 7 months had sojourned on the sea, conquered this land, and won the southern main. Now no fortress against him shall remain. No city walls be left for him to gain, save the rats that squeak behind mountain. Unlikely was the lamb of our deliverance. Assured shall be our glories in their fall, when our lady's eye restored to our hall. Be restored to our... Fucking, I hate poetry. The seneschal composed herself, then added, We saw truth and beauty by the light of our lady's eye on Mount Caveat. But the rats, with their guns and their chatter and their peasants' politics, stole it from us. We will subjugate them and take it back. They are a rabble, and we will rule them with the steel-shod velvet of our paws. Will you join us? I had heard more than enough. I was ready to make my choice. Grumpy but honest. Let's see. Was it her charm, or a fondness for London's rat-skin coats that swayed me? Perhaps a little of both. At any rate, I was keen to find out more of their civilization. Every time I play this in my own time, I always side with the rats, because I have a thing for rats. I love rats. But this time I'm going to go with the guinea pigs. A friend to Cavies. I bowed to the seneschal, who purred with pleasure while the chief engineer gnashed his teeth but kept his distance. You have chosen wisely, Captain, said the seneschal. Come, and I will explain our situation to you in greater detail. Fuel, supplies, memoirs, a night out of habit. Oh my god, it's adorable! That's so weird! Oh my goodness. The seneschal led me to the southern side of the island, skirting the chicken woods. He passed through a number of raised mounds of earth mixed with fortifying strips of mushroom flesh, which I supposed to be makeshift walls. The settlement was dazzling. This side of the island appeared to be absolutely wreathed in Sinilac. The Cavi's dwelling was awash with silver phosphorescence. It was a large colony. Most noticeable was the steam pinnace, the impossible lamb that had run aground, from which Cavies came and went, bearing supplies. To the right of the ship, farther down the beach, a large group of Cavies lay on bundles of colorful cloth, whining and wailing as if in pain. To the left of the ship was a ramshackle tent of poles and linen, in front of which guinea pigs clashed against each other and sharpened their teeth. In the center of the village was a covered dais, veritably festooned with colorful cloth and guarded by well-decorated knights. I suspected this was where King Gracenaw kept counsel. Be welcome, Captain, in the kingdom of Cavia, capital of our isle, and blessed by the light of Our Lady's eye. The seneschal spoke solemnly, but with a hint of sadness to her words. Or so it was, and shall be again. I must speak with our king and prepare your arrival. My page will show you the area, and bring you in sight of his splendor in good time. Page! A much smaller guinea pig, its fur braided with a slender strip of parabola linen, scurried over and bowed. The seneschal took her leave. I visited the hospital, steam pinnace, barracks, hospital. Were those guinea pigs quarantined? An elderly-looking Cavi greeted me, eyeing me gravely. Many of us sickened during the voyage, a rotting in our teeth, a weakness of the flesh. This isle was our salvation. The stronger among us made a pilgrimage toward the pool of Our Lady's light, and then, miracle of miracles, they were cured. Bathed in her, they drank her sweet waters, and the strong brought the weak to her in turn. Soon we were thriving again, bearing our children and raising them to love Our Lady's eye, and to see in it our deliverance. The elder looked sorrowfully at the sick under his care. Since the rats stole her, this sickness has returned. All this light is but a mockery of hers, and we gain from it no benefit. The only thing, the elder's ears and voice flattened in a hiss, that helps our condition is the flesh, the very hearts and livers of the rats who stole her from us. Jesus Christ. Steam pinnace. The page chittered while I inspected the vessel. Rats! Never! The splendor of Cavia overtook this vessel. I was born here, the first native of Cavia, but all our elders remember the voyage. It was hard, they say, but we were harder. These voices are taking their fucking toll. Jesus Christ. But the sea is black and unkind. We were lost in the dark for weeks, and no one speaks of those terrible times. But out of the darkness came the light of Our Lady's eye, guiding us here to our own isle. In time we will ride the waves again, perhaps once we have recovered our eye. It is not splendid? It certainly may have been at one time, but I could see the hull had been severely damaged by the Sinilac reef. There was no way the Cavies could hope to repair it themselves. Whatever the page said, they were stranded here. Alright, visit the barracks. The page led me to the barracks, where the knights didn't deign to speak to one so undecorated as I. The page, however, was eager to answer my questions. The rats have no weapons, none to speak of. What is a gun without a bullet? A sword without a blade? Ours are the supplies, the knives, the soft stuffs, and the glory. Their teeth are sharp, it is true, while ours, the page hesitated as the knights glowered at him, are sharper. All praise to the flowers of the house of Cavi. One knight preened while another grunted indifference, working a whetstone along the top front teeth. As I watched, a particularly vigorous swipe knocked a whole incisor out of place. It landed in the ground in a black and bloody mess. The knight gasped, grabbed the tooth, and vanished from sight. Another glared in a way that dared me to make something of it. Jeez. Maybe I should have gone with the rats. The fucking guinea pigs are assholes. I had seen enough. It was time for my audience with the king. The page led me, crouching at first, and then on my knees, before King Gracenaw and the Seneschal. The king was the largest guinea pig I'd ever seen, easily twice the size of the largest knight in his retinue. The Seneschal looked positively dainty next to him. "We are told," intoned the king, "that you have promised your assistance to the house of Cavy. This is agreeable to us. But what form shall your assistance take?" 75, 48. "I plotted to steal the eye with cunning. One should use shadows to catch a light. The rats would not even know we had been there, probably." "Succeeded! Hell yeah!" I spent a few hours scouting the rat shoreline, determining the best point of approach. There, a cove thick with chickenwood, too small and cramped for guards to fear the mooring of a boat. My crew rowed me toward the very knife's edge of shadow cast by the blazing eye, and I carefully swam the rest. From shore, it was an easy enough matter to pick my way towards the settlement, and once I was within 20 feet of the eye, I sprinted. The rats shouted in alarm and scurried towards me, but my legs easily outpaced them. I smothered the eye in my wet clothing and bounded with it toward the boat, waiting in the shallows, while the rats around me fired wildly into the sudden dimness, wailing their loss to the sea. The cavies rewarded me suitably on my return. "Hail, Cavia! Ayy!" There we go. I had to do that. Pigmote Isle might. Let's see. Spirit. A. Let's see. The rats were defeated. Cavia was triumphant. All that remained were the celebrations and the continuation of our voyage. Oh, how we feasted into the night! I invited one of the cavies to join us. Oh, jeez. They were reputed to be excellent swimmers, adorable enough to boost morale. And if times should become lean, I thought, maybe a guinea pig stew would buy the crew a day or two before they started eating each other. The survivors were being treated poorly, but the rift did not seem entirely unsurmountable. "Hey, we got a guinea pig!" "Welcome aboard." The Seneschal, of course, couldn't abandon her duties, but she made certain my request was carried out in the village square. The page squeaked excitedly and sought permission from her to join my party. "I will record your doings for the glory of Cavy," he declared, "and I'd like to see more of the world." I waited for him to gather up some effects and say goodbye to his family before lifting anchor and setting off. Spoke up on behalf of the rats, because I'm not a total douchebag. Generous in victory. I appealed to the house of Cavy's grace and good breeding, and praised Gracenaw's magnanimity. Magnanimity. Perhaps the rats knew not what they did in stealing the eye. Perhaps they were only stumbling about in the dark for a light, as the Cavies were themselves while lost at sea. The Seneschal and King exchanged a look. The Seneschal had murmured something to the King's ear, and he purred decisively. "To heirs, Murine, to forgive Cavine." Oh my god. He looked towards the chief engineer. "If you will see it all right to Our Lady's eye, and will help us place it back in its pool of holy pilgrimage, and if you agree to terms of tribute..." Trade, hissed the chief engineer. King Gracenaw chattered his teeth, but the Seneschal stepped forward and raised her voice. "Perhaps further negotiation is possible." As we left, I saw the page timidly approaching an albino rat to inquire about fishing nets. Wide, dark sea beckoned. We had eaten our fill, and our business was concluded. It was time to continue our voyage and see what other wonders and terrors still awaited us. The end! There, you finish your diary entry and the final morsels of delicious rat flesh! Oh no! The Cavies line up to salute you as you leave the victory banquet, escorting your ship through the foundations of their new kingdom. Oh no! A new nation has been founded. Jesus. Let's see. Help Cavia resolve a dilemma. What do I need for this? Civilization. Civilization 5. Steal the lady's eye! Oh no! Hail Cavia! The neat's most adorable nation scurries around your legs. Sinalac harvesters drag heavy bags of the island's bounty to their silos. Industrious rodents work hard on towering edifices, some of them almost neck-high. London will never believe a bloody word of this. Cavia's nets glimmer with fresh treasure. Ooh. How do you raise the civilization level? Blue Sinalac. The Cavies guard it fiercely, but there may be a way. Or less direct alternatives, perhaps. Lower Pigmote Isles might to make this easier. 105 Echo. Alright. Hail Cavia! Alright. Actually, that was a fun little adventure, and I think that was enough to, I think that was enough for this stream. So hopefully you all enjoyed yourselves. Yes, I'm sure I want to quit. Hopefully you all... Oh, geez, that just exits the game. That doesn't even take you back to the main menu. Hopefully you all enjoyed yourselves. This is a shorty boy. And by shorty boy, I mean 2 hours instead of the usual 3. This has been Moose to Kalan. Hail Cavia.